Hello everyone, and welcome back to part 10 of my Otomo clan campaign for Shogun 2. In honor of the fact this is the 10th episode, and I've managed to make it this far without anyone being killed or losing any territory, we're going to make this a 1 hour special. And it's something I'm going to be doing with all my Let's Plays in the future, that every 10th episode, such as 10, 20, 30, 40, however long that Let's Play will last, is going to be a 1 hour special. So, I hope you enjoy it and don't get too bored. In the last episode, we started making our way eastwards across the mainland, taking out quite a few number of territories away from the Amako. We've also managed to kill the Kakawa and wipe them out, so that's one handy thing. So now we've only got the two enemies, I believe. Let me just check my diplomacy quickly. Yes, we have the Yusugi and the Amako as enemies. Nothing too bad to worry about, but we also got not really much in the way of possible allies. What am I? Let's see about making something with these. Unacceptable.
To what you say, but
acceptable.
It had better be good.
Let's offer you some money just because I'm a nice guy. Okay. How does that make any difference? Still unfriendly, but oh well. One thing I have to try and do as well, something I've learned to say, you have to try and keep your allies friendly with you. I mean, for example, we've got 112 here, mainly down to the marriage, but that is still every little bit helps. So we're going to offer them some money as well.
Come, be seated.
1,000 would do, okay? Right. I have to remember trying doing this every so often, but yep, that's now give me plus 15 to gifts. And the Uchi are quite indifferent to me, it seems. Yeah.
Well, I will listen.
Tell you what, I'm only going to give you 500 because I have a feeling I'm going to have to fight you eventually. So, let's offer you that. Yeah, still indifferent. Oh well. So, what else have we got to do? We have the Amako trying to attack Azumo, but we have a huge army here. Where are we? We've got quite a decent army, including lots of guns, which in a siege battle is very effective. I doubt they're going to do too well against me, I reckon. Plus we've got a good general, and my troops, as you can see, are pretty good. So I'm not too fussed about that. We've also got the army here next to Bichu. Bichu. I keep wanting to say Bichu, because that's, well, the first 5 letters is how we would pronounce it normally, but anyway, okay, you're building up the hospital. Okay. One thing I need to try and start doing, you see, is actually consolidate my position, get myself ready a bit, which unfortunately means I'm going to have to spend some money. I don't really want to, you see, because it's well, I need some more money. Okay, but unfortunately I need to do it. Once the Great Civil War starts, what tends to happen then is that anyone who you're relying on for trade will 9 times out of 10 not want anything to do with you. They will start raiding your trade ports and all that. So really what you want to try and do is build up your town's finances as quickly as much as possible before then, because they're the ones supporting you. Okay, so here we go. We've got the battle. Apparently they haven't given me that much of an advantage, even though I outnumber them nearly 2 to 1. Or at least about 800 men approximately. And I found I got a lot of gunmen. But because this is a 1 hour special, we're going to fight the battle on the battlefield. It's a siege battle, we're on 2 tiers it seems, and we got the advantage of guns. So yes, I can't imagine the enemy doing too well in this. But you never know. One of the things I'm going to make sure I do is not to let my gunmen get involved in close combat. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm going to be coughing a bit throughout this episode, I'm afraid. I'm sorry if it's a bother, but the thing is, over the weekend I had quite a sore throat thing. I could barely talk. In fact, this is actually the second time I tried to record this. First time my throat was getting so hoarse I could barely talk afterwards, and now the sore throat's gone, and instead I've got a cold. Well, at least I'm coughing a lot, and sneezing a lot, which isn't helpful for trying to do a let's play. So you just have to bear with me while I'm doing this. Okay, so they're going to attack, and it seems foggy. Not the best situation, but oh well. Okay, first thing we want to do is... I don't want my infantry on the front line yet. We're actually going to try... It's going to be difficult, but we're going to put them all up here. Because then it goes, they have to try and climb up to the walls. And while they're up on the walls here, my gunmen can then shoot down and kill them. At least, that's the plan. Okay, so you guys need to be up here. So do you. Okay, got quite a few, and you guys as well. Just cram everyone up on the top bit, unfortunately. Okay, the rest of them I can't, since I don't know where the enemy is coming from. I think they come from up here and there. But depending on the enemy and where they're coming from and what they actually got, I'll have to see by moving some of the gun troops around. So let's hit start. Oh, they're all focusing themselves here. Okay. Which means I don't really need... Okay, so we can't put any more gunmen on here actually. And I don't really want to move them down here just because they're going to have to quickly march up. Actually, yeah. Don't typically want to do this. But I may as well. What this means is I'm going to use them here, and then when they start climbing up the walls, I'll march them up here, so then they can get out of the way. Okay, and... Alright, let's move you guys here. Okay, archers. We want all three of them spread out along here. Not only thanks to the longer range, but then it also means that they can actually shoot over the walls as well, rather than have to be right here. And do I have any more gunmen which are going to be in an inconvenient spot? Right here. Okay, we're going to put these guys then over here. Right. So there we go. As you can see, the archers now can actually aim down on the bottom here, as well as the gunmen when they get into position. In fact, these should be ready to fire any minute. Oh, these are actually my grenadiers. This is going to be interesting. Yep, gunmen are firing away already. Right. I'm going to get these selected already. So they're going to just do as many casualties as possible, and then when they start climbing up the walls, I'm just going to bring them straight up to the back bit here. So here goes the grenades. I do like my grenadiers, I'll tell you. Okay, they're going to start making their way up the walls, so we're going to bring our troops out of the way. Okay, grenadiers can stay out of the way, I think. Unless I put them just here. There we go. Gunmen are now going ready. Bowmen should be firing. Yes. Let's just go for a bit of a change. Start shooting fire arrows off. Start disrupting morale. Alright, that's it. They're starting to waver. Right. We've got a couple moving up from here. Right. Let's bring these there. Let's bring the Naginata here for now. Right. I should do the job pretty well, I think. Okay. You guys need to step back as well, I think. Right, let's bring you guys here. And bring them. Oh, too many gunmen. Ah.
The enemy have taken the tower.
Right. I need to bring you guys here now. Right. In fact, let's bring you guys here as well. Okay. These guys need to move out of the way. quickly if preferably. Right, let's start bringing in the rest of the... Yeah, Yashigaru. Right, can you still fire? Okay, any of my gunmen in a fight? Yes. Okay, we got one of people running away. We've got some more here. Right. Where are my archers? Attack their archers. Oh crap, as my grenade is still throwing stuff. Stop auto firing a wheel. Yeah, it doesn't help that they're right there.
Victory will soon be yours.
Ah. Now this is the one part of the enemy AI I hate in Shogun. Right, we have managed to kill and fight off pretty much all of their gunmen, their cavalry. And now we have to deal with the fact that they are... their generals, sorry, are just going to run out and try and take us on by themselves. Not the most realistic aspect of the game, but as I say, it's the one thing that's really does annoy me about this game. Okay, you guys can come back up here. Matchlock Ashigaru can back up there. Naginata Samurai, bring you here. Alright, you guys can come back on the walls. Alright. My general, actually. We will start bringing them down and out, I think. So now you see what's going to happen here is, as you can see, the general now has decided the best plan for him is to just simply march up by themselves.
My lord, their general has fallen.
Which has now killed the general. Okay, so what we've got to deal with now are these archers that are routing already. I believe that's everyone. We're going to continue just for a moment. We're going to try and wipe out a couple of them. There's too many of them for me to really deal with properly because all I've got is the one unit of cavalry. But try and wipe out as much as possible, I think. We do have to try and deal with, I think, is we do have a lot of bowmen here which are getting attacked. So, I'll tell you what, let's just fast forward. Okay, you can deal with these. Just for anyone who's interested in watching them. I do like the kill animations for Worm 2. A lot of people do criticize the Warscape sort of engine for in Worm 2 and this, but I don't know, me personally, I don't find it that big a deal. They do seem to have a bit more importance. I mean, the big argument for anyone who wasn't sure about it was essentially, from what I can tell, is that people didn't like the fact that in the original, like Rome, for example, that you did have to, and even Medieval too, units had weight. If you had a big, strong, powerful unit of, you know, footmen charging in, they will try and break through. Units kept formation and stuff like that. Whereas in things like this, for example, there's a lot more focus on individuals fighting one another, which they say is supposed to be historically accurate. Now, that you can take with a pinch of salt if you feel like about it. You feel free to look it up yourself. But the main thing was the fact with Rome 2 in particular, how you could be having units and all of a sudden you have individual men leaving the formation in order to try and just fight someone to get engaged in them. But I kind of like it, to be honest. It's nice to watch in these kill animations. Anyway, so here we go. They lost 1,052 men, and we only lost 260. Not too many, actually. So it's just a combination of all different ones. No, we're going to go and wipe them out, because I believe they had a daimyo in there, as well as a maybe. So I have another general of another son in there. So yeah, so it will be in our best interest, I think, to go and kill them. Alright, we do need to try and get rid of these blockades, so I'm going to use my secret weapon, which is the Naban trade ship. It's expensive, takes a lot of upkeep, but it has cannons, and that will be really effective against these little ships. In fact, is it on here? Oh, I need to wait a little bit, I think, for the... Yes, I need to wait a bit in order to finish off this attack by fire, because then I can upgrade my guns. Should be a nice little touch. Okay, so let's see what else we can do with the bit of money that we have here. I need to check my agents, actually. Since I need to focus on Christianity. I know I had this guy. So, and him. Okay, so... How well is Bingo doing in terms of Christianity? One more turn, I think, and I'll move him along to Bichu so he can start building up the religion there. Have you got one yet? No, I don't think you do, actually. No. Rami, do you have one? Yes, you do. You're pretty good with religion, so we're going to move him over to engage the settlements. I'm going to use... Just bring my entire army. Slight overkill, but we're going to wipe him out. He's only got the one guy, the daimyo himself. I think we lost no more than 2 men, which 3 men maybe. 4? 3 men. Okay. Alright, we're going to eliminate them as well while we're here, I think. Good, he's gone up a rank. Okay, let's deal with him. Didn't really have to, but why not? I also got enough room, I think, for some more units, so I think I know which ones I'm going to get next. It's gained a new trait, Brave, eh? Cool. Alright, let's bring you back to Izumo. Alright, before I told you to go in and minister to the settlement. There we go. So what was this? Otomo Yoshishige has a +1 morale for all troops under his command. Oh, good. Alright, let's, sorry, one. I need to build him up. So what we're going to give him? We're going to have to give him this. For anyone who doesn't know, this enables the stand and fight ability, which is slight overkill. Basically, everyone in the everyone within range everyone in range basically becomes a lot better fighting, and he just comes off the horses and stands there directing the flow of battle. So that's pretty handy. It's almost an essential ability to have. The reason why I'm not going for the second one straight away is because I want to get religious as well, which, as you can see, gives me plus 10% to the effectiveness of the Inspire ability, and also helps me convert provinces a little bit. Every little bit helps after all. And we're going to hire retailers. So we get Armored Attack War Dog, that gives me +1 melee attack, or +5 accuracy for both samurai under this man's command. That could be handy. We've got a couple of archer units, so we'll go for that. Okay. Anything else we can try and do while we're here? Oh yeah, do I get another agent? Should be able to get another Mitsuki, actually, thinking about it. Yes. Okay, reason why I've gone all the way here to get to Tsukushi in order to get to Mitsuki is because of the ability of me having a magistrate here, which gives him, among other things, gives Mitsuki +2 experience levels. So he already starts at rank 3, rather than rank 1. So we're going to use him to help with towns. So we're going to go, I think, with the Disgraced Yakuza, which gives me +2 repression. And we're going to build up the magistrate here. That as well for next turn. And we're going to give him a counter espionage. So next turn then I'll send him to whichever my provinces happen to be the wealthiest, and that should hopefully increase the amount of money I'm getting a little bit. I've got a ninja here. Oh, I forgot about him. Just for a while. I sure I built him a couple of turns ago, so he must have just been sitting here. Okay, let's bring you over to join the army here. And let's see what else can we do. I need to get some more food, I think. So I think though I used up all the provinces that have fine. Oh, sorry, I'm just losing my head now. I think we used up all the provinces where we have low, medium. If I keep it on low, that does increase the amount of... Might do that for a few turns. Not really the thing, but the problem is as well is you need to try and build up this growth. Like every... At the moment, for example, with here, every turn my town goes up by 5 income every time. Okay, so that you need to try and build up a bit if you're going to be going for... although actually I don't have much money to start with right now, so let's go back. Let's keep it on normal, I think, for now. And I also need to deal with... Oh, crap. Where was this one? I got Suo and Aki as part of my thing. So, you apparently have not been accepted from tax. That's because of your Christianity problems. You've got a slight issue there. But, we'll be okay, I think, for now. And Aki... Same for you, I think. Does help I've managed to build this as well. We'll get that. Because now I can build a marketplace in it and keep building up the provinces. Okay. So there might not be so much action this episode, I'm afraid, just because I do need to build up my towns and that as much as I can before the Civil War. I really should be thinking about trying to spend money on a fleet as well, but I never really like building fleets in this game, to be completely honest. And there's normally, by the time the Civil War comes around, so many fleets trying to attack your trade things. There's no way really you have enough trade, fleets to try and deal with them all. So at least that's my experience. So I'd rather just focus on wiping out the factions which are actually controlling them rather than anything else. Alright, port blockaded. Beppu. Okay. We've still got another 2 turns, I think, before the... Yep, for the Naban trade ship comes into operation, and then we can deal with them. Okay, we need... We're still bringing him over here. The Black Ship. My lord, a great vessel cuts an eastward path towards Japan, a mighty European trade ship. Now that is a very nice thing to have, but it's so difficult to get. It can easily wipe out enemy ships. I mean, I think I managed to defeat it once before using a few Naban trade ships. In fact, I might try and get that a couple just to try and deal with it, I think. Okay, port roads and stations is done. Right. One more turn and we can get the next upgrade to my gunsmiths. Okay. Rice exchange. We need... I wanted to get some art cavalry here, actually. We want... I think we've got plenty of armory, so we're going to go for some Yari cavalry. They're pretty good with spears. Cavalry is not such a big deal in Shogun 2 because of the fact that a lot of your basic troops are armed with spears. Which, is quite bad against cavalry. But, on the other hand, they are pretty handy against other cavalry. And they're fast enough to be able to at least have some kill off some of the troops as they run away. Plus, you can use them for with charges to the rear. I think that's it actually. So it's not so much really a need to, there's a lot of buildings I can get. It's just the fact that I need to do them. So let's end the turn again. Oh, we did have a flashing thing. Am I losing money? I'm going to be losing some food soon. I hope not. Alright, the Amako are heading towards Bichu. I'm not worried about my armies. Like I said, I've got enough gunmen as well as my own fighting troops there, so I can hold off against nearly any siege they can do. But just a hassle of trying to fight them, I guess. Okay, art's been mastered. I've now got no food. Right, so I need to build up food, it seems. Right, let's get... I think I build up all the major... You know, as you can see, each province has different levels of fertility. So that's barren, for example. That's not going to be much use. Average. Barren. Fertile. That's already been built up. Meager. That's already been built up. That wasn't me, by the way, I think. Meager. Average. I might just have to build up average soil, I think. It's the only thing I can really do, I'm afraid. Okay. Got a son born as well. That's cool. Otomo Shigekatsu. That sounds like a good name. Good strong name for him, I think. Okay, I do need a... Where was the... Okay, I need a market for here. Stables or market. Here I want a market as well. One thing you notice here, which you might not get with the other clans, is the leased land, which allows me, if I choose it, I get 4,500 wealth from Portuguese, but it means my daimyo's honor goes down by 1, so I try to avoid that unless I have absolutely no choice. That's just my own personal thing. I want a market here as well. Okay, I did have somewhere else being built, didn't I? Yes, here. So siege workshop, I need 1,500. But I also wanted to get a stable here, while I remember. But mainly because the Otomo can get a specific unit of cavalry, which has a name whose name I can't quite remember. But essentially, you can describe it as cavalry with shotguns. It's like a bit of micromanagement, but if you took them up to an enemy and told them to open fire, they are in big trouble. Okay, yeah, they're on to something along the lines of blunderbusses, if I remember right. Okay, so what we got? Okay, just in sheer terms of infantry, I can deal with them quite nicely, I think. Cavalry, I've got a lot more swords, gunmen and that than they do. I've also got cannons. Yeah, I reckon we could do this. Let's fight the battlefield. Is it a siege battle or is it a normal battle? Siege. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me again. Yeah, we'll be able to handle this pretty easily, I would say. So, in the Battle of Soja, Hasakura Tokiyaki versus Amako Okinawa. We should be able to manage this. But out of curiosity, since this is being recorded now on Wednesday, anyone who's watching this, how have you bought a tiller? How are you finding it? I mean, as you can see, I've already started a Let's Play with the Ostrogoths. Thought I'd do something a bit different, and I wanted to check out the migratory factions. But how is everyone else doing if you bought it? Have you picked up a faction? Have you managed to get the Viking Forefathers and playing as one of them instead? Be interesting to know, so let me know in the comments, anyone. Okay, okay, we don't know where... Anyway, back to this. We don't know where the enemy actually is for now. We got all our gunmen along the walls, I believe. We should have, anyway. Yes. Bowman... We'll leave it out of the way for now. So I don't know where they're coming from, so we'll hit this. Okay, so we've got main ones here and here. Okay, so we need to bring gunmen... Keep them. You guys can come here. Alright, you guys there. Archers can swing. Both of you guys can come here actually. Put them here so then they have quite the wide range and can shoot over the walls. And more gunmen. About we'll put them here just for now. Okay, in the meantime, we also want the katana ready to deal with enemies as they come around. So we'll put these here, ready. Yari Ashigaru, we'll put up in here. Ready. Cannons, can't really do much against enemies from here because of the fact that the walls are in the way. In fact, we're going to take them off fire wheel. I don't particularly want them climbing onto the walls just for my cannons to take pot shots at them. And Yari Samurai we're going to put in front here. And in fact, we'll put them behind the cannons actually. Can we actually move my cannons? No, I can't. I don't want to really drop the engines right now, so... Okay, so we got archers now dropped in fire. That's okay. We'll spread these out quickly in the thing. And these guys as well. I thought I just told you guys to spread out, or you're not planning to. Okay, got these on the wall now? Yes. Okay. We're going to bring these back to just in front of the archers. Alright, and we're going to bring the katana now down into the fray. Alright. Well, I told you guys to move. Alright. Okay, you guys can step back a bit as well. And this time we'll use the Yari Samurai to deal with these. Right, put them here I think. Right. Okay, we still got you guys off. We'll put these into loose formation as well. Right. Alright, so just watch some of the battle for now. Oh, right in the throat. That's a bit more close up. This is much better. Ooh, they managed to kill one of my katanas. Yeah, and I managed to kill one of yours. Like I said, I'm not too worried about losing troops, because I got them at quite the disadvantage. Okay. Katana Samurai actually bring you guys here. I'm gonna get you guys come back off thing mode and come here prepared. Alright, we need just so we can start taking out the bow Ashigaru there. Okay, actually, Katana Samurai, how many more of these you got to deal with? Alright, we've got a whole bunch of them retreating now and running, that's good. Okay, gunman. Right. Let's put you guys back here. Alright. Okay, General is now going to be coming up. Well, shame he's not going to last too long, I think. Okay. Samurai, prepare yourselves there. You guys, put yourself here. Right. That's it, put you guys up against the wall ready. Okay, we also need my general ready. What's going to happen is I'm going to wait for them to commit their forces a little bit to the general, and there we go, we can now bring them straight out. Got nothing more to worry about, and the bowmen. I reckon my leader can deal with these quite well. Alright, so charge. There we go. A bunch of them have now been shooting off.
Our general is in grave danger, my lord.
Ooh, decapitation right there. Yeah, I'm not too worried about my general, to be honest. They seem to be having a great time here. Yes, we lost one man against that many. I'm going to inspire myself as well. We just need them to start wavering and they're going to retreat.
My lord, a glorious victory will soon be
Okay, right, that's
yours.
one unit gone. Okay, we've now won this. Right, we're just going to carry on for a minute or two more. Try and deal with some of these. We're going to bring the general out of the way. Just basically because we've got all these gunmen on the front. I don't particularly want my general to lose some of his die because of friendly fire. So, as I said, I wasn't too worried about them attacking, to be honest. One thing I wouldn't mind as well, anyone who can tell me, I've heard suggestions that rather than just double click on the units that when they're running away to try and kill them, they've been told to actually try and click in front of them. If that makes any difference, I don't know. So if anyone could let me know in the comments if that does make any difference. Like, difference between me clicking on these, for example, and then telling them my general to run past them here. Because it just means all of a sudden now they just went straight past, but other people said they're pretty good in terms of trying to catch up with them. So, there we go. Decisive victory. Now, what's this quote of the day got to say? People in this world look at things mistakenly and think that what they do not understand must be the void. This is not the true void, this is bewilderment. True. If we don't understand it, then it doesn't mean that it's not important or that it must be unknown. Just look it up. Okay, we lost 417 men, mainly I think down to the losses from the Katana Samurai. But in return we killed 1,402. We just have a quick look on here. General killed 357. That's annoying. One bad thing is that because they count, I find is that all of a sudden my general's experience, for example, is going to buy 3 stripes just because he's killed 357 in unarmed combat, essentially ran down fleeing enemies. The rest of them did pretty well though, so not complaining.
Yari cavalry
Okay.
excel at chasing down a fleeing enemy, but
There's a shortage of food in the province. What's this? Defeat the fallen general in battle at Mako Lenori. Where is he? Oh, he's there. Right. Why could you not join the army yet? Okay, so I've already got one here then. Yes, I will tell you what. I will leave these here. Right. They seem okay for morale at the moment. They're on one of them. Okay. My very powerful missionary when it comes to trying to convert the populace is going to be okay there. So let's move him, hitch him closer. Alright. Let's deal with these. Okay, I have to take them out next turn. It's spring, so I've got plenty of time. Okay, let's wipe these out. Well, that's going to be much of a challenge, but there you go. Lost 6 men to that. Okay, we'll put them back in Bichu. As you can see, the morale is still a problem. Alright, we'll build him up. Got what we got? Foxy Mistress. +1 to commander and defended on land, but -1 morale for all units under this man's command. Or just +1 melee attack. We'll go for the armored attack dog. And we will go for 1 lot of warrior, 1 lot of strategist. Thing. Right. I think I will actually make... go for there, if I can. We'll take these off, thing, and build 2 lots of these. And I still got Amatsuki, haven't I? Sitting in my province, back at home. Okay, where am I getting the most money at the moment? So Kushi is getting 3,800. I believe I've got someone in Buzen. For Amatsuki, yes I do. Next one then is Irami itself. Okay. So let's get my Mitsuki and tell him to march on up to there. Oversee the settlements. Okay, I also did have an agent somewhere, didn't I? I was expected to move up. Okay, let's try and sabotage the gates. Get some experience. Agents. Yes, this is the guy. Okay. Don't worry, I'm not going to show these videos too often, but I personally like watching them. Even if they are a bit historically inaccurate, shall we say. Oh! Is he going to make it? Oh dear. Oh well, that didn't go quite as expected. Okay, never mind. I did have another ninja building facility somewhere. Also, I sort that out. While we're here as well, we're going to get the powder maker. So as you can see, we get Otomo Matchlock Ashigaru in the corner, as well as Fire Projector Magna Girls, if I pronounced that right. Okay, we got this as well, which is going to be wiping them out. As you see, 10 cannons, 320 infantry against that. Pretty easy. Okay, we got a second one being built as well, but for now, this is great to just try and eliminate. Excuse me. That's just great to try and eliminate, you know, the ships that anyone that happens to be nearby. Okay, and I believe I got one over here to deal with as well. Yes. That's going to take a couple of turns to head round, but that's okay. Right. I got a problem with the fact that I got -1 food, which isn't helpful in the slightest. But there's not really much I can do until one of my other provinces get finished building up. Unless we do have somewhere I can build this. It's meager soil, so I'm not going to get much out of it in terms of money, but I'm going to get some food out of it. Okay, we got... Next turn we can attack Hoki and Bizen. And that'll give me a chance to consolidate a bit more closer. Let's see what to do about the Uchi later on, I think. You see, once the civil war happens, I have to have them pretty well with me, otherwise they will rebel against my as being my vassals. So I have to see whether or not to be worthwhile to wipe them out eventually or not. Or just take advantage of them up until then and then wipe them out while they're still weak. Okay. Bizen has got nothing, so we're just going to auto-resolve this. Dead. The Yurakami. No, I'm going to peacefully occupy this. Reason why is because I got armor, and that's going to be a good position to build troops up in later on. We need to repair. I've got a market and a Naginata dojo. We're going to actually... I might, if I got the food eventually, to build up the castle again, so I can actually see about getting... Although I don't really need a market, so... Let's destroy that. That's average soil, so we will build that. Actually, cancel that. We'll get port roads going. And we're going to attack here as well. Oh, what we got? Enemy daimyo and the general. Again, we're just going to resolve this. I'll also keep a few troops, but this should be fine. It's one dead. There we go. We're going to peacefully occupy this one. And we get what's War Fever again? Plus 2 morale for all units for 6 season for essentially a year and a half. That's good. Okay, that and that. Clan encounter the Yamanouchi. Let's see if they're willing to be friendly with me actually. The Yamanouchi, you're here. Got trade agreements. Cool. I'll also try and make a bit more money out of people as much as I can. I don't want to... Oh, they're a vassal of the Yasugi. Okay. Takiaka, let's see, would you be alright to trade now? Yes. What about alliance? How you doing, alliance?
Although I do not expect to profit from them.
I'll give you my son. There we go. My son gets to go away on a foreign exchange for a year, and in return... 2 years, sorry, and in return I get an ally. Can't complain. The Hatono are now just unfriendly. Would you be happy to... Yes. See, I'm just going to take advantage of... I'm not going to go for an alliance with these. Because I think... Yes, I will probably have to fight them at some point. But I'm happy to try and take advantage of them if now I'm going to get more money coming in than before. Okay, I need to repair this. Wise exchange, that's taking food from me at the moment. That's giving me a lot of town growth. Oh, actually, crap, I forgot to change this. I was meant to... I wanted to go for that, so I can actually get the next level of farming and that. Bummer. I've had a few turns go by now and I forgot to do that. Okay, anyway, artisans, we will give them... We'll go for Fletchers again, as that gives me more increased things. So I'm going to use this for bowmen, I think. Yeah, you got an archery dojo already there. It's a shame I can't build anything involving building guns. But I suppose you can't complain too much, I guess. Right. Okay, one more turn for the stables, and 2 more for that. Okay, let's end the turn again. Excuse me. Where is that going, I wonder? I did tell her to go around the other side of Italy, but Fortis decided it was going to be quicker for it to go all the way around at the bottom rather than go just over the top. What are you guys trying to do over there? As I said, it could be worthwhile to try and get a fleet up a bit, but on the other hand, it's still the hassle. You have to keep going around trying to find the trade ones, try and take them out, and it's just too much hassle. But on the other hand, that means then they're getting my money, so it might be worthwhile trying to build up a bit of a fleet. Okay. Enemy trade ships. Enemy trade ships. It's like, for example, I don't want to go all the way over here to get one of them, but I do have someone trying to attack. Where was it? Just there? No. Just here, so let's use you. Get rid of that. And another one bites the dust. Right. Let's bring him over here now to deal with this other navy. And I can replenish its infantry in that then. Okay, that's all done. Right. Average soil here. Okay, so we're gonna get that. And can I get those shotgun cavalry at all yet, or not? No, I need... Oh, I need to build this up to the war stables. There we go. Donderbus. Looks interesting. Okay, we need to put that off. Right. That's a military port. Can I build Match Lakabuya yet, or do I need the next one up? I think I need the next one up. Right. Naginata Dojo. Here we're going to go for the sword school with the katana. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with these. Fertile soil in Inaba. What they've got? Iron mining. This is always the problem. You want to try and consolidate your positions, but you've got to worry about people. Okay, let's see about to settlements. Okay. Let's check my finances again, just see where am I still losing money. Bichu, have you managed to go up a bit there? I don't have to worry too much about you. Yes. Okay. Right. So if I get Imasaka here, then that's a very central province. I mean, if I just come on the map, if I go to, yeah, here, or Mimisaka I should say, then there's a number of different provinces, including a lot of the Amako's territories touching it, which means if I build a church here, it'll start converting the populace over to Christianity for me, which will be quite handy. And plus I got iron mine in facilities, which is pretty useful as well. Okay, actually, let's see if we can do this. Right. First of all, I need to scare these off. What? The daimyo and general again? Excuse me. Right. I must have killed at least most of their family by now. Okay. Oh, that's still going pretty strong, so let's attack there. Again, we're just going to auto-resolve in another daimyo. I must have slaughtered the whole family by now. I mean, I've lost track of how many of their daimyos I've actually killed. Okay. So we need to build that up. And I don't really need the sword school, so we're going to destroy that and into a... whatchamacallit, we're going to turn it into a church. It would be handy for recruitment costs here, but on the other hand, I'm in no particular rush to do that, to be honest. Okay. I think that's it for this turn. I can do it. My Mitsuki, it's still slowly working its way towards Irani. In fact, I might have a look to see if any of the other provinces have gone up in the ranking, so to speak, of money, because better use the hymn than anything. What was he just trying to do in my... Oh no, it's the Uchi that was working there then, wasn't it? I believe that's the infamous black ship there. Okay, still got someone trying to raid our things all the way over here. And what's this one? +1 recruitment slots called to all provinces. That's cool. And 8 turns, so I could build an army up very quickly should I want to. Right, church, chapel even, and meager soil, so not the best. Okay, let's just deal with these. Don't want them marching on my lands without my permission. Oh, and we've got another ship built as well. I believe that's the second Naban trade ship. Alright. Okay, let's check out the provinces again, see how we're doing in terms of which. Okay. Yeah, so Rami now is definitely the highest, followed by Aki, you know? Okie dokie. We'll get another one of these, I think, if we can get recruits. Oh, we can't get any more. Okay. Yari drill yards, not so much. Whereabouts is Sumi that's apparently losing food? Yeah, I'm not too much afraid about that, to be completely honest. Got enough of them actually sort of add in extra food that I can afford to lose a couple of -1s. Okay. Okay, how are you doing in terms of Christianity? You're going to be jumping up to 45 next turn. I'm sorry for these being pretty slow right about now. It's just the fact that there's... Ooh, Master Armor. That's going to cost a bomb, but it does help quite a bit with all my armor for my troops here. It's just a major shame you can't retrain the troops because, for example, we've got an armory right here. There shouldn't be really anything stopping us from being able to give our troops all extra armor. But go figure. Okay. But yeah, I'm just saying, I apologize for if it's going a bit slow now. It's like I said, there's not really much I can do at the moment. I don't want to just keep going around trying to cause battle stakes and lose out then on what I'm trying to do with the rest of my armies. Right. You know, and lose my money and all that, so I'm just trying to do it the best I can. Okay, let's pop you in here for the moment so you can repair. It's going to cost a fortune. Aye. Let's use you a bit more aggressively actually. We apparently got this guy trying to raid us, I believe. Aye. Oh, all the way here. Let's go and take him out. That's going to be what? 1, 2... 3 turns. Okay. Well, let's manage to get my fortune up a bit. Now I'm 6,500 a turn, so hopefully that's going to be pretty handy in terms of trying to build up my fleets. 7,200. Wow. Even better. Okay, so you're trying to take stuff from there. Got one here. And... oh. And one all the way up here. Right. Okay, we're gonna use... Vassal. Still gonna come after him first, I think. We do have another one all the way up here in his end. Right. Now, who was the guy who was attacking me all the way up on the top end? Not you. Not you. So leaves you. Let's take them out. Okay, we should have this done in a turn as well, and then we can get the quite interesting ones. Oh, we can get the fire Magna nails as well. Oh, and it's Matchlock Ashigaru. These are better than the imported ones I get here. Thing. Although I can't remember, can I actually build... Does it need to take one of those scores, or do I need... I need a powder maker. Siege Engineer's Workshop. Okay, that's... Oh, that's good. I can remember, you see, if I needed to build a... If or not I needed to have the Naban trade port nearby in order to build them. I've slipped my mind. Right, so which one had the Fletchers again? Not you. Was it Izumi? Nope. Hoki. Yes. Archer Dojo, Wise Exchange. So, tell you what, we'll build that up. And meager soil. Let's try and find somewhere of average soil. There we go. That would do, I think. And we also got a new clan, the Miyoshi. Okay, let's enter diplomacy with the Miyoshi and see if we can do anything with them. No, but even if I did, they don't like me anyway. Why don't you like me? Oh, excuse me a sec. Sorry about that, phone had to ring. Always happens whenever I try and do these recordings, I tell you. Okay, so you don't really like me anyway because of what? I'm aligned with an enemy clan with yours, which is the Chisakabe. My clan apparently is not respected. Huh. Excuse me. Alright. Still need to hold another 22 provinces, it seems. And I'm acclaimed, so I'm pretty close, it seems, to getting at the... Yeah, pretty damn close, it seems, to having the Shogun declare war against me. But, let's have a look. Okay, you're still a hostage. You haven't been married off yet. Marriage requires an eligible daughter. I do have an eligible... Oh, you're 8 years old. That's why you're not eligible. Oops. He's completely loyal. Despite the fact he's Christian, he's got a quite high rank thing. You need to... You're sufficient, apparently, because you've got delusions of grandeur. You bugger. Pushing my faction heirs, there's not really much I can do against that. Okay. Fortunately, there's not really much I can do for the rest of the turns, I'm afraid, because I want to try and start saving up money, so... Yeah. Okay, just end the turn again. And assuming nothing happens, of course, we'll be bringing this to an end as well. I'm going to try and come up with some... Oh, what we got here?
I would have you
They want 6,000 in return for a peace
find
treaty.
it interesting.
Might come to agreements. I'll tell you what, I'll offer you one of my other sons. Nope, you basically want money, don't you? Let's try... Okay, let's offer 1,000. Nope, you want... Is it really worth me getting them as... They're strong, don't get me wrong, but they got a lot of enemies. Compared to me anyway, because I've only got them and the Amako to deal with. So... No, can I offer that? Okay. I'm trying to save my money here, guy. I don't want to spend all what's left of my coffers just to try and pacify you, especially when you're on the other side of the map and you can't touch me yet apart from destroying my fleets. Or raid my trade ships. The Hatana, you're attacking the Takai, okay. We're into the war on the side of the Allies, it seems. It also means I've now got the Shogunate after me. Right. Okay, we're going to now bring this episode to a close. So, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to like, make any comments you fancy, and if you're feeling I'm added to your YouTube experience, then as usual, feel free to hit the subscribe button. It will always nice to see new subscribers. I mean, I have to admit, I'm not really doing this so much for the views as it is just for me to share my games, but if you're enjoying it, it's nice to see other people are watching them and enjoying it. But yeah, that's it for this episode. And the next term, we're just going to continue to consolidate our position and then take out, probably start continuing west, meaning east, start taking out the, here, I can't even see the name properly, and Harima. And eventually, we're not that far away from Kyoto then. So, this could start getting interesting very quickly. So, anyway, thank you for watching, and shall see you next time. Bye for now.